У меня было самое прекрасное детство, которое только может пожелать мальчик. Жизнь в лесу постоянно предлагала мне возможности для фантастических открытий.
And I will not forget the name of the one who took you away from me. Solomoni Kinski. Even if I have to look for you all my life, one day I will find you and kill you with my own hands. I swear to you.
Fitzy, answer me, Fitzy. Fitzy, my poor friend.
Но потом, в конце концов, мой топор нашел проход, несмотря на предосторожность. Обороне Гаита. Он безжизненно упал на землю.
And as for you, great chief, continue to deliberate in the same atmosphere of peace in which you began. That's what Zagor-te-nay wishes you.
Когда дождь захватывает Darkwood, одна найденная картина открывает тайну Загор, прошлое его семьи, и причина, по которой он стал Загор-те-nay, духом с топором. То, что он похоронил годами, теперь выходит на поверхность. В тот день небо не предвещало ничего хорошего. Черные тучи сгущались над Дарквудским болотом, грозясь вылить на землю настоящие водопады.
Hey, Chico, look at this.
А наши друзья ушли в убежище, предвидя продолжительную, вынужденную изоляцию на своем островке.
What do you say? Will this beauty be enough for you until the return of good weather?
Hora, you are a real master, Zagor. A true phenomenon.
Get moving then, and light the fire.
I've been trying to do that for over half an hour, but unfortunately I can't get a spark. Caramba, you carambita. This damned wonder just won't work. I'd like to know why we can't use flint like all normal people. Damn it! Not even lighting from the sky could light these damned woods. Well, okay, it seems someone heard me. We lived, regardless of the fact that the way wasn't exactly usual. We got our fire. Hey, Zagor, hurry up. We have to roast that deer before it starts. Before it starts raining? So help me all the mustaches of my family. This rain seems like it will never stop.
3 дня спустя.
This is enough to drive you crazy. It looks like it's going to rain who knows how many more days. Look, the level of the swamp is increasing before our eyes. Get out of here, you beasts. Don't you have your own home?
Haha, leave those poor animals alone, Chico. Besides, they keep us company.
I have nothing against them. But Caramba and Carambita, your friends are starting to overdo it. Look at my bed. Or my sombra. Or the sugar bowl. Damn it!
Hahaha. Do you know what I'm gonna tell you, Fatso? There would be room for everyone here, only if you kept our cabin in order.
I think you gave me an idea. Thanks, friend. A nice throw for cleaning. That's what we need to kill time while we wait for this damn rain to stop. I could say without shame that it's not a drama at all. When there is no war outside, my hand grabs the broom. The hand is used to the sword. The broom has now grown on it. I clean, I wipe. Everything is dusty dirt. Doesn't scare me.
Haha, I like you like that, Chico. It has always been my dream to have a lively and cheerful housekeeper.
It's fun to clean the impossible dust from the house when you call dear people at the end. Oh, and what is this? String. It was under the box, but I've never seen it before.
1,000 scalps. Return that picture where you found it, Mexican.
Well, you don't have to get so angry. But this is you, Zagor, and you are dressed like a hunter. And you have a mustache like some dandy? Well, the painter cannot be called a great artist, but the similarity is obvious. But the girl, who is the girl? Congratulations. She is very lovely and you both look really happy.
To hell! I told you to leave that picture, you stupid man!
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't want to. I didn't think. Or rather, I didn't assume that. This is the first time you've treated me like this, Zagor, and I don't believe I deserved it after everything. I thought we were friends, but apparently I was the most ordinary fool. Yes, that's what I was. Surely there's someone out there who will really need me, who will treat me like a human being. Goodbye, Zagor. I wish you all the best to you and your only friends, badgers, foxes, squirrels, marmots.
But, Chico, wait, stop. Come on, don't exaggerate. Although you're right, I flared up for no reason. I apologize for that. Come on, come back inside. Look, that damn picture is to blame for everything.
I don't understand why that picture could upset you so much. Of course, as I already said, it's not among the best, but that guy looks quite a bit like you and...
That man isn't me, Chico. That's my father.
Your father. But then she is, that girl, or rather, the woman. I mean the lady.
Yes, that's my mother, Chico, my mother. Her name was Betty, and she was very beautiful, and very young.
Yes, of course, I saw that. But where are they now?
Sorry, Chico, but that's a story I really don't like to talk about and that I've been trying to forget for years. Anyway, if you're really interested, know that that picture that I've been keeping for years is the only memory I have left of them. Except, of course, the ruins of a house that the vegetation has almost completely covered, down on clear water.
Clear Waterloo. But isn't that the stream that flows into the Ohio River not far from here?
Exactly that one. But as I told you, it's about an old event that I really don't want to talk about. Forget that picture, Chico, just like I'm trying to forget it.
As you wish, Zagor, but I think your attitude is not right after everything we've been through together. After we shared so many dangers and so much joy. After all, although we live together, you know me completely while I know nothing about you. You entered my life quite abruptly, remember, only with a short, meaningless name and the clothes of a madman or a clone. But who are you really? Since when have you lived in this forest? And why? What is behind your thirst for justice?
1,000 scalps. So many questions, Chico. Well, you're right. In a way, you have the right to know who is the man from whom you might die one day.
Except for that small detail related to death, which I pray happens as late as possible. I would be happy to continue.
Why not? Sit down, my old friend. I'll tell you a story. A sad story from 15, 20, well, from many years ago. Its protagonists, my father and mother, pioneers of whom there were thousands, settled in this area hoping to be able to live from the fruits of their labor. And name, well, it's not too important. They could have been called Smith, or Mackenzie, or what do I know, DuPont, and they were like many others like them. The only thing they had in abundance was will and hope. Ah, yes, I was there too. A rascal who was born just as my father, between 2 hunting expeditions, was building a house that reflected in the waters of clear water.
У меня было самое прекрасное детство, которое только может пожелать мальчик. Жизнь в лесу постоянно предлагала мне возможности для фантастических открытий. Хотя под постоянным присмотром своей матери, которая хотела научить меня всему тому, чему она научилась в европейских школах. Я рос как маленький дикарь, живя в лесу в соприкосновении с миролюбивыми животными. Но и тем, кто гораздо менее кроток.
Dad! Dad! Dad, help!
What? Lightning and thunder. How many times do I have to tell you not to go away from the hut, you careless kid? Do you really want your mother to have a heart attack? Sooner or later, you will end up.
But Dad, I did it for Mom. Last night I heard her say that she had always wanted to have a soft cover of puma skin. So I decided to get her one without you having to go looking for it around the forest. But it's a pity that you ruined it for her with 2 bullets. I think your eye is not like it used to be, Dad. When I grow up, 1 bullet will be enough for me to take care of a cat like this one.
Вскоре я научился вести переговоры с индейскими охотниками, которые приходили к хижине, чтобы обменять меха на оружие, старые одеяла и другие безделушки. А также о проходе индейских банд, возвращавшихся с военных походов на соседние племена, неся в качестве трофеев еще окровавленные скальпы своих врагов. И у меня была возможность изучать наречия различных племен, живших в близлежащем лесу или в окрестностях. Как и значение дымовых сигналов, поднимавшихся к небу. Эти ритмичные и мрачные звуки барабанов.
Despite how dangerous our neighbors were, my family never had any problems, except for a few skirmishes with young drunken warriors or fur thieves.
You really were a lucky family.
Yes, I'd say we are, since, unlike us, the Redskins often attacked and killed other settlers. The fact is that my father gained general respect, because he knew how to treat both Indians and whites equally friendly and calmly. He never got involved in clashes between those two races.
Но однажды, перед закатом, отец вернулся домой бежа, возбужденный и расстроенный.
Quick, take the boy and run home.
But what's happening? You're sweaty and out of breath as if...
The Indians are following me and will be here soon. Help me. We must barricade the doors and windows that we cannot defend. You fill the rifles and pistols, son, and bring all our supply of gunpowder.
I admittedly, Dad.
Heavens, do you think they will attack us?
Unfortunately, I am sure of it. These beasts in human form are thirsty for blood and will not be satisfied with my skin. They will kill us all, Betty.
Good heavens. But who are they? Where did so much sudden hatred towards us come from? You have no enemies among the tribes of this area, and...
These are coming from afar, woman. They are Abenaki who live in the north, beyond the Hudson. They are led by that corrupt renegade Salomon Kinski. I recognize that old scoundrel.
Alamon Kinski. And who is he? I have never heard that name.
That's an old story, woman. An event from many years ago that I don't have time to tell you about now.
Dad, there they are. I see them, and there are many of them, at least 30.
Get out of there and look for the law. Go to that window, Betty, but don't expose yourself too much. It will be enough to fire a few shots from time to time to keep them away. Be brave. If we manage to hold out all night, in the morning we will be able to count on the help of my friends with whom I was supposed to go hunting.
Listen, maybe if you talk to them, maybe you can persuade them to give up the attack.
Nonsense. Lie down. What did I tell you? There is only one way to repel the attack of those dogs. These.
The painful scream of the first victim was only a sign for the others to rage even more.
Настоящий дождь снарядов обрушился на хижину. С оглушительным зудением пули, стрелы и копья впивались в нее, ища проход, чтобы передать свое послание смерти.
So help me, hell. These red demons have guns too? Surely that damn Kinski gave them to them.
Ah! Wow, the stick that thunders doesn't forgive that paleface.
And be careful, by Jupiter. Don't expose yourselves in vain.
Thunder. That's Salamon's voice. If only I could see that scum. There he is. There he is behind that tree. Be ready to hand me the other rifle, son. If that dirty rebel is so careless and exposes himself even for a moment, I want to be ready to put a bullet in his body. Now!
Here!
So help me.
Solomon, paleface brother, are you wounded?
No, I'm fine. Fortunately, it's just a scratch. But I want this blood to fall as a curse on that hut, my faithful friends. Attack, destroy, kill. Abenaki warriors.
Courage by merciless urging, the attackers intensify the fire and soon, despite my father's efforts.
По чеке моей мамы.
The situation has become unbearable.
Quick, hurry with that rifle.
But, Dad, I can't faster and... Watch out!
Good Lord! The roof is burning!
Wretched snakes. They want to force us to leave. Try to put out the fire, son. I can't leave my position.
Напрасно. Хижина зажжена и с другой стороны, и ветер дополнительно раздувает огонь.
To hell. If only I could kill that Kinski dog.
We're done, aren't we?
Yes, I'm afraid there's no hope for us. Take this rifle. Load it and be ready to use it as I told you.
Don't be afraid. I will not fall alive into the hands of those savages.
And so with the same serenity with which they had always accepted all other things in life, my father and mother prepared to die next to each other.
Karamba ye karambita.
Suddenly it seemed as if something had suddenly occurred to my father, and in an instant he muttered a few words to my mother, who, with an expression of unspeakable suffering on her face, started towards me.
Listen, son, you are too young to die in this hell, and maybe we can still save you. Promise you will do as I say.
But, and you, Mom? I don't want to leave you and...
No argument, boy. She is your mother, and you must obey your parents.
Your father and I will run out of the hut, attracting all the attention to ourselves. But at that very moment, you will jump into the river and let the current carry you downstream.
No! I don't want to leave you. I want to stay with you.
Heavenly powers, move, boy, or it will be too late for you, too.
No! I don't want to leave you. No! No!
You will, son, whether you want to or not. Goodbye, son. God bless you.
Faces distorted by anxiety and horribly illuminated by the flames of the fire. These are the last memories I have of my parents.
Сначала меня охватила холодная хватка реки, а затем ночная темнота. И пока отблеск, обозначавший положение моего дома, все больше удалялся, а отзвук выстрелов все больше стихал, и я, под бременем боли, размышлял о том, как бы я был счастлив, если бы сразу мог умереть на дне реки.
Suddenly I felt a new feeling awaken within me, first vague, but then clear and violent, a feeling that gave me the strength to survive, hatred, the desire for revenge.
Я попытался добраться до берега, но течение было слишком сильным для моих слабых мышц. Я уже начал отчаиваться, что мне не удастся выбраться живым из водоворотов, когда я, примерно через час после этого, почти без сил, недалеко от себя увидел костер.
For help! Hey! For help! For help! For help!
Just be brave, friend. Hold on tight now. I'll get you out on dry land in a moment. Come on, just a little more effort and... Curse it, but you're still a boy. I'd like to know how the hell you fell into that riv.
Indian? You are an Indian?
Don't talk nonsense. Although I don't deny that because of my clothing anyone could mistake me for a redskin. But I am white, and whiter than you considering that your face is completely blue from the cold. Come, sit by the fire. You have to warm your bones a little.
No, I don't have time. We must hurry to my house. Maybe with your help, we'll arrive in time to save my parents.
In just a few minutes, I informed my savior of all the dramatic events that had happened within the last hour or two, but he immediately made a few logical remarks.
I'm afraid it's too late, son. The current has carried you quite a few miles downstream. Besides, if the Redskins are as numerous as you said, I really don't see how we could help your poor parents. As you see, I don't even have a gun, and you are still a child.
Please, sir, we must at least try.
Well then, let's go.
К сожалению, предсказания моего спасителя оказались правильными. Когда мы прибыли близ колодца, первые лучи солнца уже начали пробиваться сквозь кроны деревьев. Пока глубокая, почти душная тишина висела над всей областью. В то же время тонкий столб дыма поднимался над верхушками близлежащих деревьев.
The house is over there. Let's run.
Wait, son. You must be ready for anything. You must be strong. It is not excluded that we will be greeted by a sight that...
Don't be afraid, sir. I am ready for anything.
Indians have certainly already left. Listen, the birds are singing again. Do you hear them? They are calm. They are not afraid of anything. There is no one nearby. I mean no one alive.
Once again, the facts proved my savior right. We quickly crossed the last part of the road and encountered a frightening sight. Not far from the ruins of the hut that was still smoking, lay the horribly mutilated bodies of my parents. There was no trace of the Indians. Telemon Kinski obviously did not want to leave traces that could possibly enable someone to identify the perpetrators of the massacre and ordered that the bodies of the Indians killed in the clash be removed from the scene.
Stay here, boy. I will bury their poor remains.
И пока я оставался полностью окаменевшим от боли, мой спаситель удалился и начал копать яму, пользуясь одним из своих топориков. Тем временем, оглушенный от слез, я бродил по остаткам того, что когда-то была наша хижина. Среди остатков сгоревшей и разбитой мебели я смог узнать предметы, которые до вчерашнего дня составляли часть нашей повседневной жизни. Любимое кресло моего отца. Станок, за которым моя мать ткала в индейском стиле. Когда под большими сгоревшими балками появилось что-то, от чего у меня подскочило сердце. Сразу я узнал рамку и преклонил колени, пораженный чувствами.
It was exactly what I thought it was. A picture painted by a friend, a trapper, also an amateur painter, which, although with a burned frame, managed to survive the fire. Yes, that is the same picture that I decided to preserve and that you found a moment ago, triggering in me a series of long-suppressed memories.
I understand.
В общем, в скором времени я отправил последнее прощание людям места, которое я так любил. Мой маленький мир распался в мгновение, как по волшебству, и теперь он уже казался мне далеким, почти нереальным, как из сна.
Goodbye, dear Mom. Goodbye, Dad. Rest in peace. I will never forget you. And I will not forget the name of the one who took you away from me. Solomoni Kinski. Even if I have to look for you all my life, one day I will find you and kill you with my own hands. I swear to you.
Come, son, let's go. Now we have to take care of you. I will take you to Fort James and inform the military authorities about all this that has happened. They will take care of you.
Fort James, is it far?
About 2 or 3 days of walking, it will be a little more than a simple walk. But that way we will have time to deepen our acquaintance. Do you agree?
Yes, sir.
Бродяга Фитси.
My name is Nathaniel Fitzgeraldson, but purely for practical reasons. Everyone calls me Wandering Fitzy. What do you think? If you want, you can call me that too, boy.
Wandering Fitzy is funny, but also a nice name. I'll just call you Fitzy. So, what are you doing here? Are you a hunter or a trader or something else?
That's a question that's not easy to find an answer to. Once I'm sure I was a big trader in Boston, but then I got sick of the city, the administration, the receptions and everything else, and I pulled up anchor. I came to these wild regions to start a new, beautiful life, turning into... Yes, by Jupiter's beard, what have I turned into? That's the question. Let's see, I don't write poems, but in a way I am a poet if we consider that I spend hours and hours thinking about flowers, the sky, water, basically about nature. I have no students or written works, but the label of philosopher can be attached to me, considering that I spend a lot of time meditating and thinking about human life. It never occurred to me to draw a map, but I could boast the title of explorer since I have peeked into every corner of this beautiful unknown land. What else could I tell you? I have never fired a single shot from a rifle, but I am certainly a hunter considering that I get food at the expense of unfortunate animals. Like, for example, in this case. Don't move. Perfect shot. The roast is secured. Oh, look what we have up there. Heads up, boy, we won't only eat meat, but we'll also sweeten up with delicious honey.
Fantastic! Excellent!
Yes, I have to admit that this really wasn't a bad shot.
Now I understand why you don't need a gun. In this axe, you have a perfect weapon, Fitzy. It's unbeatable.
Well, now you're exaggerating, but it could be said that this weapon suits my limited needs. You see, you have to keep in mind that although on the one hand I don't have any real friends, on the other hand I don't have enemies, and therefore I don't have to think about how I will defend myself.
I understand, but if one day someone, what do I know, an Indian or a robber, what if they attack you?
Listen, I believe I will know how to manage even with just my axe. Generally, to conclude the previous conversation, I believe I can offer you a definition of who I am in essence. Poet, wanderer, philosopher, hunter, and a lot more. In short, I am a free man, boy. Free from all conventions, the hypocrisy that makes slaves of people who like to call themselves civilized.
I think I understand, Fitzy.
Let's go then. We have a long way to Fort James.
Well, as it will soon be shown, fate had already determined a completely different path from the one Fitzy had imagined.
Мой друг ушел, чтобы поискать воду, а я остался в лагере, чтобы испечь 2 только что пойманных фазанов. Внезапно, за своей спиной я услышал что-то. Я оглянулся.
Indians from the Seneca tribe.
Wow! The pale-faced puppy is surely very hungry if it intends to eat all that food!
Frankly, I won't eat it alone. I'll share it with my friend. Anyway, if you wish, we will be glad to share our lunch with you. Red friends, sit down.
We will gladly enjoy your hunt, little paleface. Isn't that right, Dakane? Yes, we will certainly enjoy it! Because we will eat it in its entirety.
Stop. Leave it. You have no right to do that. Stop. I'm telling you.
Ha! The pale-faced frog has stopped croaking.
Be careful, Red Snout. Because frogs also know how to jump.
Damn little snake. Great soul! This pale-faced puppy has done a number on you! Wow. I'll give him a reason to regret that immediately. Are you going to kill him? And why not? No matter how small, his scalp will beautifully decorate my wigwam. Now you're finished.
No. No.
So help me! Anaska! Anaska! Who dared to?
Me, Red Warrior. And if you don't leave immediately, I'll send you down the path of death after your friend.
Wow! You will go before me on the path of no return, pale dog!
P.I.H.
Ah!
Don't be afraid, boy. I'm only left without 1 feather. And fortunately, I'm not a bird.
You were fantastic, Fitzy. Precise and faster than lightning. You saved my life again. I don't know how to thank you.
Forget about that. I'm sorry that these 2 savages forced me to extreme measures. I don't like killing people, by Jupiter. Let's move. After what happened, the air in these parts becomes unhealthy for us. If their companions discover us, they won't leave us a second for apologies or explanations. I know a quiet place where we'll spend the night, and then tomorrow you'll be safe behind the walls of Fort James.
But I don't want to go to Fort James anymore, Fitzy.
What did you say? I'm afraid I didn't understand you well.
Yes. You understood me well. It's not hard to imagine what my future would be after I was entrusted to the care of those gentlemen from the fort. Come on, say it if you have the courage. They would send me to some orphanage in a city like the one you escaped from, and I would become what you didn't want to become, a slave of civilization.
I would be a dirty liar if I said you were wrong, little one. But on the other hand, I don't see another solution.
I've already found him.
And that is?
Simple. I'll stay with you.
With me.
Exactly. Besides, it could be pleasant and useful for you to have someone with whom you can exchange a few words here and there. Someone who will take care of you when you're sick. You aren't young anymore, and sooner or later, the first problems will start to appear.
This. Well, to tell the truth, I must admit that they have already started. Just this morning I woke up with unusual stabbing here. And the day before yesterday, I felt a certain itch in my throat which was ka. Yes, boy, after all, I believe that a good nurse would be good for an old wreck like me.
Hurrah! And thank you, Fitzy. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. I love you!
At that moment, an absolutely fantastic and unspeakable period began for me. Fitzy, I wandered across Ohio, Virginia.
Мы проводили зимы, ленясь под шатрами многочисленных индейских племен. Или работой, притупляя гостеприимство, которое оказало бы нам какое-то сообщество охотников. А иногда деля изнурительные муки одиноких искателей золота.
And so as the years passed one after another, filled with wonderful discovery of new areas and people.
Я вырос в сильного юношу и извлекал уроки из всего опыта, приобретенного в течение жизни в лесу. Но и советов моего друга, от которого я, благодаря своим настойчивым постоянным просьбам, научился владеть топором так же искусно, как и он сам.
Those were beautiful and happy years. However, I could not get rid of the thought that occupied my mind: revenge. During these wanderings of ours, I always used the opportunity to mention the name of Solomon Kinski to everyone, hoping to get some information that would allow me to track down the murderer of my parents. But everything was in vain. It seemed that that man had disappeared.
Никто, ни белые, ни индейцы, как будто никогда не слышали о нем.
There's no help. The name of that damned man is unknown even in this area. I wonder where that corrupt killer could have crawled off to. May I know what your, means?
It's a simple UIH, boy, nothing more.
Come on, why don't you tell me what's going through your head, Fitzy? Come on, be honest. You don't like this search of mine, do you? Am I right?
Well, okay. Since you ask me, I'll tell you openly. Why don't you forget about your revenge once and for all? Years and years have already passed, and you have sacrificed enjoyment of your youth because of a feeling of hatred that doesn't allow you to give true meaning to your life. Listen to me, son. Forget that name and free yourself from the demons of revenge.
No, never. The culprit will have to get the lesson he deserves.
The culprit, the lesson. Those are big words, son, and at the same time empty, believe me. Justice, like truth, never has only one face. Remember that?
What do you want to say?
I want to remind you that you know nothing about the man you are pursuing. You don't know what made him attack your father, and there is a culpability that your father once offended him to such an extent that it was precisely he who by his own act caused that reaction of his.
Enough now, Fitzy. You are my friend, and I owe you everything. But I will not allow you to slander the memory of my father like that.
Okay, boy, okay, let's not talk about it anymore.
That's how it was. From that day on, my friend no longer mentioned the topic, and I relentlessly continued to search for a trace that could lead me to the man I hated most in the world. Solomon Kinski. Solomon Kinski. I went everywhere repeating that awful name without any result, until...
Однажды, когда мы находились в районе к востоку от Онтарио.
Solomon Kinski. Of course I know him. He is a quite well-known person in our parts.
1,000 scalps. Have you heard, Fitzy? Have you heard? We did it. We found him.
I heard, boy, I heard. But if you keep squeezing me like that, you'll end up choking me.
Go on, please. Tell me everything you know about him.
Well, I don't know much about it. He is a strange guy, something between a farmer and a preacher. He lives with a small Abenaki tribe on the shores of the lake, and you can't see him very often. He comes only to barter the fruits of his land for tools and blankets. He is not overly sociable towards us whites and never wants to talk about himself.
I believe you. He is such a scoundrel that it is in his interest to keep his past hidden.
Frankly, I wouldn't know how to tell you that. Kinski has lived here for 5 or 6 years and no one has ever complained about his behavior. He only cares about his Indian community and at best goes to a tribe where he then knows how to give one of his sermons. As far as I know, it seems that he has converted a bunch of those savages to our faith. The Indians adore him. Thanks to him, they learned to cultivate the land and so they managed to defeat hunger.
A really nice company. A preacher who turns into a merciless killer and a group of peaceful farmers who are ready to turn into bloodthirsty savages in an instant.
I don't understand what you're talking about, young man.
This, of course. So, which way can one reach that Indian community? And how many of those Indians are there at all?
You will get there in less than 5 hours if you take the road that leads north of the village. And as for the second question, I wouldn't know how to tell you that. I believe that several dozens of people live there, including many women and children.
I understand. Thank you from the bottom of my heart, friend. You can't imagine how much you've helped me. Goodbye.
You're welcome, stranger. Have a good trip.
Я вышел с Фидзи на главную улицу, и мы продолжили идти без слов, каждый погруженный в свои мысли. Но направление, которым мы пошли, не оставляло места никаким сомнениям в моих намерениях. Точка. И только после того, как мы вышли из деревни, в начале пути, ведущего на север, Фидзи прервал это молчание.
So you've decided?
Yes. The moment I've waited for so many years has arrived.
I understand. Listen, you know what I think about the whole story, son, and you know that I don't like to kill, except in the case when I am forced to defend myself. And even in that case.
You don't have to justify yourself, Fitzy. I know very well what you feel at this moment, and I have no intention of asking you for help in all of this.
Seriously, but how will you manage alone?
I don't know yet, but I guarantee you I'll find a way.
But that's crazy. At best, you'll have to deal with 20 warriors. Are you even aware of that?
Yes, but before they put down their shovels and hoes to take their rifles, their number will be significantly reduced. Anyway, don't be afraid, my friend. I won't expose myself to unnecessary risks, and I'll do my best so that not a single hair falls from my head.
I wish you that with all my heart.
Come on, don't frown, you'll see that when I get rid of that obsession. Our life will once again start normally as before.
I don't know, I have an unpleasant foreboding. As if something more terrifying than the rifles of Solomon Kinski and his Abenaks will await you in that village.
Devil, for all this time that we've lived together, I haven't even noticed that you were such a harbinger of bad luck.
Мы продолжили идти по лесу. А несколько часов спустя, опавшие листья и мрачные цвета наступающей осени словно хотели подчеркнуть печаль момента нашего расставания.
It's time to say goodbye, Fitzy. I intend to return in 2 days, but if I don't show up by then, don't wait for me anymore.
Hey, it seems to me that now you are playing the harbinger of bad luck.
Yes, you are right, my old friend. If that's the case, then let's part with a nice goodbye.
Goodbye, kid, and...
After I said goodbye to old Fitzy, I continued to follow the path and finally reached a ridge that overlooked a small valley at the end of which the surface of the lake, illuminated by the light of the setting sun, shimmered. And I soon noticed a considerable number of circularly built huts. It was the lair of Solomon Kinski, my enemy. At dawn I will start to supervise this snake's nest. And then, in accordance with their movements, I will devise a plan of attack. And in the meantime, it would be smart for me to enrich this arsenal of mine a little, which, to tell the truth, is really desperate. To start, I will make a bow and prepare a good number of arrows, some of which will be flammable. I think those shacks down there could burn like matches, and that's an advantage I should definitely take advantage of. Let me see you now, killers. Revenge is within my reach, and now I just have to choose the moment of its execution.
Первые лучи солнца застали меня уже за наблюдением. Следующие несколько часов я смотрел, как абинаки занимаются своими повседневными делами. У меня была возможность увидеть лишь на мгновение и своего противника, который жил в единственной бревенчатой хижине. В деревне. JJTLS. Также я заметил, как одна часть людей садится в канье и отправляется ли на рыбалку к середине озера. Пока оставшиеся 15 обрабатывали ближайшее кукурузное поле.
It's time to start hell.
What's happening?
Hantu Ken is wounded. Great spirits.
We are attacked!
Seek shelter.
Wow. Who could our attackers be? We'll find out soon.
I saw him. He's up among the trees, and he's alone.
Wow. Only a madman could do such a thing. AX is in hands, brothers. Let's all go together. Surround that dog. Let one of you run to the village to inform the pale-faced brother. Yeah!
Okay, the dogs have sniffed out the fox, but they'll get a nasty surprise. Before I hide, I have time to take care of at least one more. And now we flee from here. If I understood correctly, these guys intend to scatter in search of me, and that will make my task easier. Because that way I will have the opportunity to attack one by one. And so it happened. Now a hole in a trunk, now some rock. All that offered me excellent hiding places.
Из которых я мог в тишине атаковать своих врагов.
I don't even remember how many times my knife struck to bring death mercilessly. I only know that after some time I was the only one left on my feet, and that meant that we could finally move on to the second part of their plan. I went to the rocks that overlooked the village.
Где, между тем, весть о таинственном нападении уже разжигла неверие и тревогу.
The people who went after our mysterious enemy still haven't returned. What's happening, Brother Solomon?
Help us, please!
Calm down, friends. Don't lose your head. I don't know yet what is hidden behind this mysterious event, but I don't believe the danger is so great. I only ask that you all stay together in that.
Look! Fast Eagle! He is all covered in blood, brother. Salomo, Nenno, help! What happened up there in the forest? Where are the others?
Big.
The others? I don't know. I saw 3. Onkar, Turok, and Pero fleeing. I saw the one who attacked me too. Suddenly he jumped from the branch. He was strong and silent. Wow. Maybe some evil spirit? The curse has fallen upon the Abanek.
What nonsense. What curses. Among those trees is a man who seems to have decided to kill us. A man like all of us. But obviously a cruel man who will soon pay dearly for all his misdeeds. Bring me my staff that thunders, wild wind.
I immediately, brother.
Fire! Fire! Burning arrows!
That scurvy dog is near. Quick, bring water. Try to put out the fire.
There! Another cabin is burning! And there's another one! That is the wrath of the Great Spirit!
Curse. Remain calm.
What should we do, Brother Salomon?
PFF. If only I knew. I am as surprised as you are, so help me. And all this confusion caused by the squaw and their brats does not help me in finding a solution.
Help us, Salomon. Don't let him destroy us. Save our huts.
To hell with the huts. Let them burn. We will easily rebuild them. Now we must worry about something much more important, about your lives. Soretheha, wild wind. Load the women, elderly, and children into the remaining canoes and take them all to the islands. Yalu, feather. Only you and the bear who laughs since you have guns will stay with me and help me face this corrupt snake.
But how will you alone manage to kill the man who has already killed so many people?
Don't argue, but execute the order quickly. When we no longer have to think about the helpless members of the tribe, we will be able to fight more calmly and effectively. Go, I told you.
And so in an atmosphere of unspeakable turmoil, the Abenaki execute the order and one after another, the large canoes slowly begin to move away from the shore.
Пока в деревне остались только Соломон Кинский и два индейца.
What do you intend to do now, Brother Salomon?
Do you perhaps want us to search the forest inch by inch in order to find that damn scoundrel?
No, better not. There are too few of us to venture into the forest. We better wait for him to make the next move.
Do you think he's still nearby?
Who knows? A lot about what happened is not clear to me. For now, we only have to keep our eyes wide open and stay together.
There he is behind that hut.
Heavenly powers, but, well, he's white.
He fell. We hit him.
Wait, yellow feather. Be careful.
Laich, I want to take off the scalp with my own hands. To that scum.
Yeah!
Don't run ahead, friend.
But he's still alive.
That's right, Red Snout. And I intend to stay alive for a very long time.
You are faster than the tide, young paleface, but I will still get your scalp. Right away! Ah!
You're finished, cursed bee.
And now you are mine, Salomon Kinski. Ha ha. Mine. Mine. Although surprised by the unexplainable hatred that he could raid from my eyes, the rebel did not give up.
Но быстро повернулся и вбежал в свою и бревенчатую хижину.
Ha 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 ha. You're mistaken if you think you'll escape my wrath. Ha ha. I could burn you alive inside. But I will not give up on taking your life with my own hands. And now I will do it, Salomon Kinski. Now I will kill you.
Come. Just come, damn son of a bitch. And soon I will welcome you to my home. My hand. My hand. OH.
To kill you. Ah, no, not just like that, you wretched scum.
No, I'd rather you kill me. Enough.
After waiting for so many years, I certainly won't give you a quick death. I want to enjoy your suffering, Solomon Kinski. Only then will I be able to repay all those minutes, months, years that I lived without any peace because of you.
But who are you, damn you? And for what mysterious reasons did this endless hatred you show towards me arise? I have never seen you before, and...
Shut up, Kinski. Do you remember Clearwater?
Clearwater. The stream that flows into the Ohio River?
Yes, and that's the stream on whose bank my cabin was located. The cabin where two honest pioneers lived who never did anything wrong to anyone. Two innocent people whom you and your Indians killed about 7 years ago. They were my parents.
Heavens. Son, you are Mike Wilding's son. But that's not possible. If you were in the hut, you would have burned in the fire, and...
I remember every moment of that night, Salomone Kinski, and I could tell you behind which tree you were hiding when my father's bullet scratched you. And I could also repeat the words with which you incited those red beasts of yours to slaughter. I remember your hoarse voice as if it were yesterday. Attack, destroy, kill.
By my soul.
Silence. What soul are you talking about, murderer of the innocent?
May the devil take you, boy. You are the only person in the world who would dare to call the bloodthirsty hyena of your father innocent.
What? What do you want to say, scum? Repeat what you said.
I will certainly repeat it to you. Whether you are aware of it or not, your father was the most brutal butcher among all the white conquerors who ever came to these regions. Go on. Feel free to hit me, but your blows will by no means change the truth. Why do you think I've come all the way to Clearwater, if not to punish your father for the massacre he committed 12 years earlier among the members of the Abenaki tribe? Yes. And on the shores of Silver Lake, a night raid happened. But on that occasion, there were not only 2 victims, but 309 of them.
But, what are you talking about, for God's sake? You rebel.
There, rebel. That's exactly the term your father used to describe me, just because I had decided to help the Redskins find the path of faith and human dignity. I had established a community of Abenaki Indians who embraced our faith and who lived by farming and fishing, just as the few survivors do in this village now. But one day, a detachment of soldiers appeared in the camp, following the survivors of a Creek warrior gang that they had broken up 2 days before. The soldiers then searched every hut, every tent, and in the end, hidden in a wigwam, they found 2 fugitives whom someone had hosted out of pure Christian mercy. At that moment, the commander decided to give us a lesson. He wanted us to serve as an example to everyone and decided on a more brutal punishment. Namely, he ordered the soldiers to shoot half of the inhabitants and destroy the entire village. And that damned officer, unworthy of his uniform, was Wilding, Lieutenant Mike Wilding.
You're lying, scum. You're just looking for an excuse to avoid the desert punishment. But I will not allow you to taint the memory of those you killed, understood? And now recommend your soul to the devil, because you will soon be hitting on a boat towards hell.
Kill me freely, boy. My blood will not erase everything that is written in military reports and in the newspapers from that time. Ha ha ha. Open that chest, young man. There you will find all the necessary evidence to convince yourself that I am telling the truth.
Completely confused by the unexpected turn of events, I felt a mix of the most various possible feelings. But in the end, my curiosity prevailed.
Hello, this is a test.
No, it's not possible. My father couldn't have done it. I am convinced that this is a mistake. My father was certainly the victim of some trick and... Oh no, but this can't be true. My father, who seemed so generous to me, so human, oh no.
Don't move, Solomon Kinski.
A 1,000 scalps. Fitzy, what are you doing here?
Well, at one point it occurred to me that you might need me. And as you see, I wasn't mistaken.
The truth. I don't know how to thank you, my old friend. I was completely lost. You see, this man, and some old newspapers, they revealed terrible facts to me. Things I had no idea about and that shed new light on events from the past and on my current action here.
I know, boy, I've heard everything.
These ruins, all these dead, now they take on a completely different meaning, and that revenge that I was waiting for as a kind of liberation turned into a new, even worse nightmare. I was crazy not to listen to you, Fitzy, when you told me that truth and justice don't have only one face.
Try to calm down, son. This was an extremely difficult day for you, but now you have to try to pull yourself together. Come on, erase everything that has happened so far. You are a capable young man, and you have the caliber to correct all your mistakes today. Contributing to the peace of this great land, exhausted by misunderstanding and violence. Besides, don't forget that. Oh.
Fitzy? Friend. But you are wounded. You're bleeding.
Yes, that Kinski, for a preacher, he used a revolver better than the Bible. Anyway, don't worry. It's a trivial matter.
Yes, of course, Fitzy. You're right, it's just a scratch. I will gather healing herbs and in a few days you'll be as good as new.
So, I will recover. We still have so much to do together, boy. A bunch of new places to see.
Yes, we will see them together, Fitzy. We will travel even further than ever before.
You know, I've heard that in the West, on the other side of the Mississippi, extend endless plains, where millions of bison gallop. It's like some kind of green ocean, where only a few have gone so far. But we will go there, isn't it?
Indeed, my friend. When we start, no one will stop us.
Besides, in the south, there are also vast deserts, where you can't find even a tuft of grass for miles.
We will go there too, Fitzy. We will go through the continent from one end to the other. Fitzy, answer me, Fitzy. Fitzy, my poor friend. And so in just one day I lost everything most dear to me. A painful, idealized memory of my father and my only friend.
Потрясенный и ужаснутый, я вышел из этой проклятой хижины. Я прошел через деревню, которую сам разрушил. Почти не замечая, я зашел в лес и начал бесцельно бродить. Часами. Пока усталость не одолела меня, и я, полностью измотанный, провалился в глубокий сон. Измученный призраками из прошлого, как далекими, так и недавними.
So help me all the mustaches of my family. That's really a heartbreaking story, my poor friend. A story that gave me goosebumps.
I hope you understand now why I don't like to remember those events.
Yes, I understand you perfectly, but there are still a lot of things that are not clear to me. Your shirt, for example, and your presence in this area, and the way you became famous and got the name The Spirit with the axe.
Well, okay, Cherbonjo. I'll tell you everything about that.
Когда я пришел в себя, меня сразу охватило ужасное, томительное чувство. Я был один. Один. К тому же, было еще что-то, что раздирало мою душу, не давая мне ни секунды покоя. Угрызение совести. Я полностью осознавал, что убил многих невинных людей, и впервые понял, как трудно в некоторых случаях с уверенностью определить, кто прав, а кто нет. И тогда во мне родилось одно внезапное решение. А именно, я хотел попытаться стереть зло, которое я совершил своей местью.
By doing good deeds in the future, I wanted to try to smooth out the numerous misunderstandings between whites and Indians, helping both sides, depending on which one proves to be right, rising above any racial discrimination. The ease with which I spoke numerous Indian dialects, the ability to handle an axe, and all that experience gained in years of life in the forest proved to be very useful to me. And I got the opportunity to get so many different people out of trouble.
Однажды я был проводником одного каравана, который совсем заблудился, но я все-таки как-то смог провести их так, чтобы они не зашли на индейскую территорию. В другой раз я помог войскам раскрыть гнусных торговцев оружием, алкоголем.
Then I personally got involved in armed conflicts, always taking the right side.
I understand. But were you already dressed like this? I mean, were you wearing this recognizable shirt of yours?
No. At least at first I didn't. Besides, I hadn't yet chosen a name, nor a particular area, in which I would administer justice. Actually, that only occurred to me later. And if I have to be honest, it was suggested to me by some unusual guys I happened to stumble upon.
А именно, я уже несколько дней был по следу одной банды Делавара, которая уже вызвала кучу бед в том районе сгоревшей фермы. Две зверски убитые семьи, на охотников напали без всякой очевидной причины.
I finally succeed. The traces are clear. There is no doubt that it is precisely G, about the group I am following. And here are 2 barrels of whiskey that they stole from the house of that poor guy. Empty them. Of course they are empty. 1,000 scalps, with so much alcohol in them. Those beasts are now certainly even more dangerous. I must try to stop them before they attack again, even at the cost of having to confront them myself. After all, judging by the tracks, there shouldn't be more than a dozen of them, and if I manage to catch them by surprise, I might have a chance. Damn it. Someone is in trouble, and I bet the Delawares are the ones who got him into it. Hey. Gunfire is heard from that large clearing through which the road passes that leads towards Madison. Maybe this time the victims are settlers from some caravan traveling towards Fort New Hope. 1,000 scalps. I wasn't mistaken, at least as far as the Indians are concerned. But may lightning strike me if I understand who those guys with those straying carts could be.
Hush!
Whoever they are, one thing is certain. They shoot very badly, considering that their bullets end up here instead of the squashes of those red scoundrels. I must get to work. If I don't move, in a few minutes, only burn boards will remain from those strange.
Whoa! Great Spirit! Who was that?
A young paleface. But we hit him. Wah, is he dead?
I think so. He fell into this bush and... He's alive. Minutely me. He's still alive.
Very much. I am very much alive, and I intend to stay that way for many years to come.
The Indians have stopped shooting arrows.
What's happening, Dad?
Heavens. Look. They're chasing a white man. Someone who came to our aid.
Yay! Yeah! Great Spirit! Do you see him?
He climbed as fast as a squirrel and disappeared in the crowns. Ugh.
By Manitou! The Paleface is a real fiend! Stop. Don't run away, cowardly Coits. He is just a man. What's more, he's just a little more than a puppy, and I will make him pay dearly for his audacity.
You look like the chief of this wolf pack. Therefore, you will have special treatment from me.
My Manitou, you are fast, but you won't be able to evade me forever!
Haha. You're out of breath, old fatso. And you don't like this exercise, huh? Of course, it was much easier to kill children on that farm on White River. Or to attack the old hunter whom you surprised in his cabin 2 nights ago, right?
Who are you, pale-faced puppy? Who are you, when you follow our tracks like a starving wolf?
I am the one who will kill you, Red Coyote. And now be careful.
Curse. Did you see, Dad?
Indeed, I didn't miss a single movement of that lightning in a human body.
Unbelievable. I managed to get rid of all those Indians.
Here he is.
Heavenly powers. But he is just something more than a boy.
Hello, people. I hope no one is injured.
Ah, they would have killed us if you hadn't appeared, friend.
You're right, Dad. And actually, Alay, we are all alive and well as a hawthorn.
Lefser really wasn't bad.
Nonsense. It's a child's play. It can be better than that, right, Dad?
Of course, son. Go ahead. 1, 2,
Hoop. Any help?
3. E.T. Voila, Mesda Mims.
1,000 scalps. But you are acrobats.
Yes. But not only that, aren't we, son?
Of course, Dad. Oh, gosh. But be still, heart, and don't age yet, you muscles. But carry me upright and firmly. Shakespeare, Hamlet, 1st act, 5th scene.
Yes, our young savior. We are also actors. But also jugglers.
1, 2, 3, go.
Aye, illusionists.
Sword swallowers. Basically, we are the great Sullivans.
IH. Fantastic. But, may I ask you what the hell people like you are doing in these parts? I mean, you as artists. Because as far as I know, I don't believe there are many people here who would have the time and willingness to watch your performance.
Unfortunately, that's the truth. As is the truth that we are victims of a great deception that forced us to leave the theaters of the cities in which people fought to watch us.
Ah, you should have seen me in the role of Desdemona in Othello. I was a real star. And then I lifted weights like this.
Yes, young man. And then one day, some guy came up to us and proposed a fabulous engagement in a mining settlement called Goldwell.
Goldwell?
Yes. Goldwell. Doesn't it seem like a promising name for a mining settlement?
Yes, I'd say so.
Basically, when we arrived there with the contract in hand, that gold well was emptier than our pockets. The village. The whole village no longer existed. Or more precisely, there were only houses, but they were completely abandoned and ruined. Damn it, the theater really existed, but not a single dog could be seen in the streets. Ghost town, that's what Goldwell turned into. Later we found out that the gold mine was completely exhausted, and that all the inhabitants left as quickly as they had come. Therefore we had no choice but to continue on, in search of a city where we could earn some money. We decided on Madison. After a few days of hard travel, here we are.
Really careless of you to have set out alone in these wild areas. Indians don't make a distinction when it comes to getting scalps, whether it's actors or settlers, acrobats or soldiers. Anyway, now you can be calm. I will take you to the nearest trading post, from where you will be able to continue on with some caravan or some detachment of soldiers.
Thank you, friend. Yippee! We'll be safe with you.
The truth, after I saw you in action, I am also convinced of it. But after I've told you all these adventures of ours, I would also like to ask you some things. How come you're wandering around such a dangerous area? Where the hell did you learn to fight like that?
That's a long story, Mr. Sullivan. But considering that we will spend the night together, I will tell you later. Provided that one of your multi-talented sons is able to prepare a delicious dinner.
You can be sure of that.
I guarantee you that you will enjoy the most delicious dinner of your life. Yes, the most delicious and the most original cooked beans.
Ha ha ha. 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 Start your team. This is by no means a fun or safe enough place to spend the night.
Have you heard, guys?
We stopped a few miles further, before sunset, so I introduced my new friends to the campfire with my painful past and plans for the future.
Curse, your story is really...
Yes, that's too many frightening experiences for a young man of your age.
But son, tell me, are you sure you've chosen the right path with that role of yours? Of a righteous man? I mean, did you assess all the dangers you will face well? Are you aware that basically things might not always go as smoothly as today?
That some angry red snout or some scum of our skin color could liberate me. Yes, Mr. Sullivan, I am perfectly aware of all that. Basically, I've already decided, and you certainly won't convince me to change my mind. After all, since I've been living this way, I'm calmer to myself, and the memories of the past seem less painful to me. You see, I have great faith in finding the land, and the task to which I have devoted myself gives me the feeling that we could contribute to building a future acceptable for all those who live in it.
I understand. Those feelings do you credit, boy, but precisely because you consider your task useful, and it really is, you must make sure you live as long as possible. There is no doubt that you are capable, but I think you should try to achieve the same effect without constantly risking your skin.
I'm sorry, but I'm afraid I didn't quite understand you.
Well, I wanted to say that you could achieve excellent results more easily if you used certain things that would impress your enemies, and those most uneducated like the Indians. Around your face, a halo of mystery should be created, a glory that will intimidate opponents and make them lose the will to face you.
All your ideas sound nice, but I really don't see how I could put them into action.
Yes, that might be difficult for you. But not to me, who as a true theater man knows well how to impress people. First of all, we need something that will make you recognizable.
A costume?
Yes, clothing that will be unusual, but not at all uncomfortable or strange. Okay, Romeo, the costume designer of our group, will take care of that.
I'll get to work right away, Dad.
Then a name. Yes, We need a name that will sound good. Maybe some Native American name that has a threatening meaning. Something like a forest spirit, spirit of justice.
What do you say to the spirit with an axe?
Spirit with an axe. Yes, it sounds good and it suits your way of fighting.
I'll translate it into the Algonquin dialect. Zagor-te-nay. Does it suit?
Maybe. Maybe it's a little too long as a name. But you'll see that sooner or later everyone will simply call you Zagor. And now the most important thing, stepping onto the scene. There must be something because of which everyone will talk about you for a long time. You need to carefully choose the most suitable place and moment, because it will be a kind of official presentation of the spirit with an axe.
Yes. Now your plan is slowly becoming clear to me, and I must admit that I like it. When I think about it, I believe I know what is the best opportunity to leave a strong impression on all the Indian tribes. The Great Spring Council. It should be held in a few days during the next full moon.
The Great Spring Council. What is that?
A gathering where the chiefs of numerous tribes talk about their common problems. I heard that this year it will be held on the clearing of the Small Water and that the Delaware, Wyandot, Pequot, Powhatani, Seneca, and Kalej will participate in it.
Great. They could guarantee you that the Sullivans will prepare such a direction and such a scenographer that night that your performance will achieve a frightening success.
Через несколько дней мы добрались до равнины, в центре которой находился маленький источник. Папа. Сулливан приказывал, как будто находился на театральных подмостках. Т.
Everything's all right, Horace.
Yes, Dad.
Perfect. It closed better than the door of our wheeled barracks. Did you set the gunpowder, Romeo?
Everything is in its place, Dad. We'll get such a fire that even the devil will envy us.
Did you take care of the lightning strike, too?
Of course. We will use that piece of sheet metal that we usually use for the first act of Macbeth.
Excellent idea, son. I believe that the great Shakespeare would have liked it, too. And the costume, Zagor. How does the costume suit you?
It's perfect. It really is perfect, Mr. Sullivan. As you have seen, it allows me maximum freedom, and it is colorful, and picturesque enough to stimulate the imagination of all who see it.
Excellent. In that case, gentlemen, I declared the general rehearsal over. I invite you to tomorrow's performance, which will also be the official premiere of Zagor-te-nay, the spirit with the axe.
Haha. Haha. Hey.
Ha-ha!
1,000 scalps. Surely these Sullivans are really nice.
Exactly. Oh, Tirbanjo. Generally, to continue my story, the moment I had been waiting for with considerable tension finally arrived.
Прячась в одном из двух убежищ, которые выкопал папа Сулливан. Я следил за поляной под собой, выглядывая через узкое отверстие. Незадолго до заката я увидел, как из леса, тихо, как призраки, появляется десяток краснокожих. Это были вайндоты, и перед ними шел Гаита, их вождь. Точно так же, без минимального шума, затем с востока прибыл Луингмис со своими пиалотами. А затем прибыли представители Кайлига и Сенека. И в конце концов на поляне малой воды начали раздаваться голоса многих воинов.
Was that the first time you attended the Great Spring Council?
Yes, and I was lucky, because the council was very well attended that year.
После того, как воины разных племен смешались, обмениваясь рассказами и бочками с виски. Поляна осветилась светом костров, зажженных везде вокруг. Но в самом центре был круг, состоящий из вождей, которые передавали друг другу трубку мира. Каждый из них брал трубку легким движением, вдыхал дым, лицо приобретало спокойное выражение, а затем передавал ее вождю рядом, который тем же способом повторял древний обряд. Но когда пришла очередь Гайта, произошло нечто, что нарушило спокойную обстановку, которая царила над лагерем.
No! This time Oga Aito, the great chief of the Wyandotte, will not join the bleating of sheep who bow their heads because of fear of death. For years we have endured constant oppression by the pale-faced, and we are retreating before their unquenchable thirst for land. First we gave the conquerors the banks of our rivers, which were richest in fish, and then the forests in which the most wild game lived, which provided us with survival security. We retraded inches by inches so as not to clash with their pipes that thunder, hoping that one day our enemies would be satisfied. But that didn't happen. Our leniency has inflamed their greed, and now there isn't an inch of this land where one of their log cabins hasn't sprung up and which doesn't echo with the thunder of their damned weapons. In general, Oge Aito says enough. The Wyandotte will retreat no more. My people no longer want to live in the Rocky Mountains, where there are no large animals, with warm fur, and where there isn't even the most ordinary stream to water, the thirsty earth even a little. The Wyandotte will fight, and they will fight with joy, because I have gathered 1,000 pieces of news about the invaders and now I know all their secrets. Fort Pitt, Fort Henry, Fort Cumberland. These are the names of the large wooden camps where the blue coats live, and once we destroy those places, those who cultivate the land will be without protection and flee.
1,000 scalps. I have chosen the right moment to get involved.
So, who among you brothers will join the Wyandotte in the victorious war in which we will recover the hunting grounds of our fathers? Maybe Kalej?
But I don't know, Oga Aito. I must think.
And what will the Seneca and Pequot do?
Wah, you're asking us to make an important decision in haste, Oga Aito.
Your unexpected request has caught us unprepared.
Great Spirit, the night of the Great Council has just begun, and you will have plenty of time to think. Until then, take this. A sip of firewater will give you more energy than a little smoke from that pipe.
If I'm not mistaken, my children, this is the most appropriate moment for the main actor to step onto the stage.
Shall I start with the thunder?
Go on, son.
Вибрации, вызванные сильными ударами по куску листового металла, распространялись по воздуху, создавая звук, похожий на гром, вызывая при этом удивление присутствующих.
Wow, thunder.
But the sky is completely clear.
Которая еще больше увеличилась через несколько минут, когда моя рука поджигла порох, вызывая большую вспышку.
Manitou! What are you saying? Lightning without thunder.
What was that?
Lightning!
Bravo, friends. And now, it's my turn.
No! He materialized exactly where the lightning struck. Great Spirit, look up!
Wow, that man appeared out of nowhere.
But then he is a ghost.
He is certainly a demon! Have mercy on your people! Heavenly Spirit, mercy!
Really not bad for a start. And now it's time for a speech. Emelakat and Emer to Movere and stand fear.
Have mercy on us!
Free your hearts of fear, sons of Manitou. The Great Spirit did not send me to Earth to punish you, but to show you the right path that you should follow, to give you wise advice that will help you in making decisions, and to condemn foolish undertakings like the one that Chief Wyandotte proposed a moment ago. If you had the wisdom that turns a man into a chief, you wouldn't dare to speak like that, Ogedo. Of course, your tongue is fast, but your limb is slow. And your sight is also very poor when you fail to see beyond the forts of Pitt, Henry, and Cumberland. You should know that behind those large wooden cabins, there are hundreds of other camps in which white men live more numerous than the leaves in this forest. Even if you managed to kill thousands of warriors in blue coats, many more of them would be ready to avenge their death. And their revenge would mean the complete destruction of the red people. The survival of your tribes and the future of your children depend on peaceful coexistence with the newcomers and in discovering mutual tolerance. From today onward, I will stay here in this forest, and for some time I will be your protector and judge. I will defend you against the white men when justice is on your side, but I will mercilessly punish all those who endanger the peace and security of other tribes.
Wah. We will listen to you, Heavenly Spirit.
Thank you, Manitou, for sending you to us.
My name is Zagor-te-nay, and this axe is my symbol. Remember that.
Whoa! We will remember!
Zagor-te-nay. Stay among us, Spirit.
Caramba ya carambita. Then it was a complete success.
Listen, I wouldn't really say complete. Namely, there was someone who didn't like my intervention and reacted quite impulsively.
Great Spirit. Now you listen to me, whoever you are, man or demon, evil spirit or damned soul. Your words describe you as a shepherd worthy of this flock of sheep called warriors. Therefore, welcome, and here is my greeting. Die!
A 1,000 scalps.
Stop! Do you want to bring Manitou's wrath upon us?
Throw away that rifle, you young madmen. Aren't you aware that weapons can do nothing to spirits? True. Look, he appeared up there again.
And his face looks frowned!
And in his hand is an axe.
PIH, and in my hand is an axe under whose blows many enemies have fallen. Come on, O mighty soul, who came from the sky, prove that your tomahawk is stronger than mine.
Curse. This is a real challenge. For God's sake. This wasn't foreseen by the program.
And Zagor. What is Zagor doing?
One tree hides him from my sight and... No. There he is. I see him and... Thunder. He accepted. He's going towards the camp.
May God have mercy on that brave young man.
Действительно, я уже начал спускаться. А потом искусным прыжком. Я оказался в середине толпы, которая, испуганно восхищенная, расступилась, чтобы я прошел. Одновременно полугласно высказывая разные комментарии. F.
Wow, how tall and strong he is.
And what unusual costume he's wearing.
And just this determined look. I wouldn't want to be in Ogaido's place.
С другой стороны, вождь Вэндот, не зная, как усмирить собственное нетерпение, пробился сквозь любопытных воинов. Пошел ко мне. В полной решимости сразиться со мной.
Here's my answer, Zagor-te-nay.
So, Oga Aito, have you changed your mind or do you still intend to fight me? Devil, you are really a wicked scum.
Это была жестокая беспощадная дуэль. Топоры сильно столкнулись до такой степени, что вокруг летели искры. И все это сопровождалось криками собравшихся индейцев, которые все еще были потрясены всем, что произошло, и разделены в боли не за одного из нас двоих.
Kill him, Oga Aito. Wow, the spirit is unbeatable.
А недалеко оттуда еще кто-то следил за схваткой с не меньшим интересом.
Then?
How is he doing? Come on, Zagor, attack. Yes, like that. No, watch out, bravo.
Come down by Jupiter. I'll climb in your play.
No. Wait, I can't move now. This is the most exciting thing I've ever seen.
Will you then tell us what's going on outside, selfish creature?
Yes, Dad. Here, now Zagor has avoided the blow. He avoided another one.
Good. Excellent.
And now the red snout is attacking again. It seems that Zagor is in trouble.
Curse.
Curse.
Борьба длилась долго. Вождь Вендот оказался достойным противником. До той степени, что моей малости пришлось пережить несколько трудных моментов. Но потом, в конце концов, мой топор нашел проход, несмотря на предосторожность. Обороне Гаита. Он безжизненно упал на землю. Пока шум недоверия распространился среди индейцев.
I didn't want to start my mission by killing a member of the race I decided to defend. However, Oge Aito's mad stubbornness left me no other choice. Let the Wyandots return to their village and let them choose a wiser and more reasonable chief. And as for you, great chief, continue to deliberate in the same atmosphere of peace in which you began. That's what Zagor-te-nay wishes you.
Не дав присутствующим времени отойти от удивления, отличным шагом я направился к вершине холма. Исчез в лесу.
Hurrah! He succeeded, Dad. He succeeded and got out alive and well.
Thank heavens. But what was that terrifying howl?
Obviously, it was the final touch that nice rascal decided to give to our scenery.
Через несколько часов, с первыми лучами зари, я снова встретился со своими друзьями.
At this moment, Mr. Sullivan, I only have to thank you for everything and keep the promise I made to you. Harness your horses. I will accompany you to the Red Tree Trading Post, from where you will be able to continue towards Madison or join some larger caravan.
Hurrah!
Let's go then. Under the protection of the terrifying Zagor-te-nay, we will be out of all danger.
2 дня спустя я должен был расстаться с симпатичной семьей и направиться к Ул, где я, после долгих поисков. Я нашел островок, который сделал зыбучий песок недоступным для всех, кто плохо знает болото. Лишь немного терпения и воображения, я построил эту хижину, придал своему убежищу вид, который будет вселять страх в кости, который будет соответствовать моей новой роли духа с топором.
You can imagine the rest yourself. All the following days and years passed more or less like now, with adventures, dangers, bitterness, and satisfaction, until that now already distant day, when I met you. Do you remember?
Absolutely. What a meeting it was!
Ha 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 ha. True, and I remember your astonished facial expression.
Anyway, thank you for introducing me to all your secrets. And I must admit that your life was quite interesting. But if you want to resemble what the life of a real man is like, you will have to hear my story. So you must know that when I was born I was beautiful, maybe even more beautiful than now. Here, I will start the story from my first adventure of falling out of the cradle.
For God's sake. Not now, Chico. Look, the rain has stopped and a rainbow has appeared. Come on, tell me, isn't this the most beautiful sign after that terrible storm? Life is beautiful, my old friend. Come on, let's go hunt.